Beginning of the episode, we see our trio celebrating because they just won a match. Lilia is literally drinking and Ariel looks at her and says, "I don't think you're old enough to drink." She smirks and says, "You think so, but I actually can." Reina then says, "Well, whatever, we'll just stick to juice." Then Lilia suddenly says, "Reina, why don't you marry me?" Ariel laughs and says, "No, I'm not going to marry you." She teases him, "Oh, come on. Don't be shy. You can marry me." He replies, "I'm not shy. I just don't like girls like you." Lilia, surprised, asks, "Then what kind of girl do you like?" Ariel glances at Reina and says, "I'd rather marry someone like Reina." Hearing that, Reina blushes hard. She says, "Are you crazy? What's there to like about me? I even look like a boy." Everyone says that. But while she's talking, Ariel's just quietly staring at her, smiling. He says, "Maybe you don't know, but yeah, there are a lot of things about you that I like." Then Lilia rolls her eyes and mutters, "This fool doesn't even know how to use what he's got, but that's fine. Gives me a better chance to trap Ariel in my love." She walks over to Ariel and says flirtatiously, "You know, if you want, you could marry me." "Forget that. Maybe you're tired. Let me give you a massage." Reina jumps in. "Why do you need to massage him?" Lilia smirks. "Why do you care? I can do whatever I want." Ariel then says, "Nah, I'd rather get a massage from Reina." Reina blushes again, and the scene shifts. We now see Ray literally beating Ariel with a sword. Ariel laughs. "Hey, I thought you meant an actual massage." Ray smirks. "This is your massage." She keeps hitting him until he's nearly crushed. Ariel groans. "How long are you going to keep eating me?" She says, "Until I get what I came here for." Then suddenly, Lilia and her father arrive. Her father looks furious and says, "What's going on here? I know you guys lost, but it doesn't matter. You couldn't have done much anyway." But Lilia says confidently, "Actually, we won and it was against the Black Blades." Her father doesn't believe her. "Impossible. Maybe they sent kids to fight you." Lilia shakes her head. "No, they were all A-grade fighters." He's shocked. "I didn't realize you'd become this strong." Then Lilia proudly says, "It wasn't us. Ariel defeated them all by himself." Her father is taken aback. "Really? That boy's that strong?" He steps down toward Ariel. Lilia excitedly says, "You know, we can reclaim our guild now and clear all our debt." All thanks to Ariel. But her father warns her, "Don't get your hopes too high. Ariel will soon get offers from big guilds and leave you all." Lilia grins. "Don't worry, I'll marry him. He's not going anywhere." Ariel immediately says, "Yeah, not happening." Then he looks straight at her father and says, "By the way, I'm not like you. You lost an arm and gave up on your guild. You let it sink without caring where it went. You should be ashamed." Her father, enraged, grabs Ariel by the collar and growls, "What do you even know about me?" Ariel calmly says, "I know enough. And what I don't know, I'd like to hear from you. I just want you to come back to the guild and take charge again." They argue fiercely, but eventually her father turns away and leaves. Lilia smiles at Ariel and thanks him for standing up to her dad. "You know, I think your words might actually reach him. Maybe he'll change." Ariel nods. "Yeah, and I've got a lot to learn from him, too. Even with one arm, he's still so strong." Shish. Then Lilia gets an idea. "Hey, if you really want to improve your skills, how about going to a dungeon tomorrow?" Ariel asks, "Dungeon? What's that?" She explains, "Tomorrow, a lot of people will gather and be sent into dungeons filled with enemies much stronger than you. It's a perfect place to train." Ariel's eyes light up. "Sounds good." Reina agrees, too. Then Lilia hands Ariel a paper. Ariel looks at it, then tears it up. Ray yells, "What are you doing? If you wanted to go, why'd you rip the paper?" Ariel laughs. "That wasn't a form. That crazy girl just gave me a marriage certificate to sign." Reina sigh. "Oh, that's what this was." Lilia giggles. "Relax. It was just a little joke." Ariel grabs her by the neck playfully. "You little," and she starts screaming. The scene cuts to the leader of the Black Blades. He's talking to someone and says, "So, what's going on with those kids?" The man reports, "They're planning to go into a dungeon tomorrow." The leader smirks. "A dungeon? Huh, perfect. Anything can happen in a dungeon, even death." Then he bursts out laughing, clearly planning something big. Next day, we see Ariel waking up only to find Lilia lying right on top of him. "What the hell are you doing here?" he yells. She grins. "I came to wake you up, Habibi." He groans. "I'll show you who's Habibi," and literally ties her up before walking away. He then checks on Reina, who's still sleeping peacefully. He smiles. Man, she sleeps like a little kid. Later, they arrive at the dungeon site. Lilia explains, A lot of people come here and get teleported to different dungeon levels depending on their power. There are multiple floors, first, second, third, and so on. You'll be sent to whichever level matches your strength, Ariel says. Then I want to go to Reina's floor. Lilia laughs. It doesn't work that way. The system decides your floor automatically. She adds, I'll be on the 11th floor. Reina's on the 14th. Ariel sigh. Fine. Then Lilia teases. I'll go with Ariel as his guide. So, Reina, you go solo. She's clearly trying to provoke her, but Ariel steps in. No, Reina's coming with us. Reina blushes again. The scene shifts to the dungeon. They're finally inside and ready for battle. Suddenly, 2 soldiers rush them. Ariel charges forward, easily decapitating one, but it keeps moving. What the Reina? What's happening? She explains. They're like robots. Even if you cut them, they won't stop. Ariel grins. Then I'll just blow off their legs. He does exactly that and the enemy falls. Reina finishes off another one. Lilia cheers. Nice job, team. We did great. Ariel looks at her and says, you didn't do anything except watch. Don't include yourself. As they are talking, a wounded man stumbles toward them, pleading, please help me. I'm trapped. They rush to him, asking what happened. He says, I went into a room and fell into a terrible trap. My friends are still in there. Please help me save them. Ariel looks suspicious. How do we know you're telling the truth? But before he can finish, Lilia interrupts. Why should we help you? What's in it for us? The man shouts. What's wrong with you? You can't just help someone in need. Lilia smirks. Not unless there's something in it for me and my team. He sigh. Come on. I know you're famous here. Just help me. She crosses her arms. Then pay us. Defeated. The man hands her some money. Lilia grins widely. Now that's more like it. And then we see Ariel getting suspicious of that guy. He says, I don't know why, but something feels off. I think this guy's lying and trying to trap us. I mean, if he really lost that much blood, there's no way he'd still be walking around without holy water. But whatever, it's fine. I've got a feeling we're about to face some pretty strong enemies. And honestly, I'm excited for it. Then the scene shifts. The group decides to help the guy anyway and follows him to the spot he mentioned. When they get there, they ask, so, how do we get inside? He says, come on, I'll show you. And opens a gate. Everyone walks in and as soon as they enter, they notice a coin lying on the floor. They ask him, hey, where are your friends? He shrugs. I don't know where they went. But when one of the girls goes to pick up the coin, suddenly a magic teleportation activates, and everyone starts getting pulled in. Right then, that guy smirks and says, go on, get lost. This was all part of our plan to trap you. And the next thing we know, even their donkey gets teleported along with them. The poor thing shouts, why am I flying, too? What did I even do? This isn't fair. They all end up in a strange place they've never seen before. Reina looks around and says, I swear this is the first time I've ever seen a room like this. Lilia frowns. Yeah, I don't even know where we are. They start to realize they might have been teleported deep into the dungeon, much farther than they were supposed to go. Lilia glares at the man and says, now tell me, where do you think you're going to run? You were acting all smart a minute ago, huh? As they're arguing, someone suddenly appears in front of them. Ariel looks up and asks, who's that? The guy trembles and says, that's an advanced level sword god. He's insanely powerful. He can easily destroy anyone who stands against him. Ariel quickly shouts, Lilia, get your head down. And in the blink of an eye, the sword god swings his blade so fast it tears through the wall like paper. Lilia gasps, what just happened? I didn't even see it. Ariel grins, this is going to be fun, and charges straight at him. The two begin fighting fiercely, and to everyone's shock, Ariel is matching the sword god blow for blow. But then the sword god unleashes a technique that instantly crushes the energy of everyone around. The others fall to their knees completely drained. What's happening? Reina gasps. I feel so weak. At that moment, Ariel remembers something from his past. A training session with his mother. She was making him endure the exact same kind of pressure. She told him, this is a divine princess skill. It freezes your opponent completely. But you can't let yourself freeze. You have to force your body to stay standing and keep attacking. Ariel nodded back then, determined to master it. That memory gives him strength now. He grits his teeth, pushes through the pressure, and fights back hard. In the end, Ariel defeats the sword god with ease. Everyone stunned. The guy who brought them there says, who even is this kid? How could he beat that monster so easily? Ray looks at him in disbelief. When did you learn that? Ariel smiles. Learn. My mom taught me that. Everyone freezes for a moment, realizing his mother is none other than the legendary Sword Princess. Lilia says, "Wait, your mom's that Sword Princess?" Ariel scratches his head. "Yeah, but I don't like to show off, so I never told anyone." Just then, a gate opens up a way out of the dungeon. Everyone starts heading out, but the guy who tricked them stays behind. Lilia turns back and asks, "Hey, what are you doing? Why aren't you coming with us?" He sighs. "I trapped you all in here. I can't just walk out with you now." Lilia smiles. "It's fine. Ariel actually had fun fighting in there, so we're not mad at you. Come on, let's go." Then the scene shifts to a bar. We see three men laughing, celebrating. "Man, that was perfect. We tricked those three idiots and even got rid of one of our own, which means more money for us." Just then, Lilia's father overhears them and steps forward. "Who are you talking about?" The men nervously explain everything. Moments later, the captain of the Black Blades walks in. "I've got some bad news," he says with a fake, sad face. "Your daughter and her friends accidentally enter dungeon, and they didn't make it out. They're dead." Lilia's father clenches his fists, furious. "You did this, didn't you? You won't get away with it. You already took my arm, and now this. What more do you want?" The captain just laughs cruelly. But then to everyone's shock, the door opens and Ariel, Reina, and Lilia walk in perfectly fine. Her father's eyes widen in disbelief and joy. He runs to Lilia and hugs her tightly. Lilia glares at the Blackblade captain and says coldly, "I know you're the one behind all this. I won't forgive you." The captain snarls, "Move aside," and storms out in anger. The scene shifts once more to him sitting alone in his room, seething. How did this happen? That kid, how could he survive? How is he so strong? Then suddenly, a voice echoes from behind. A voice coming from a sword. It whispers, "I can give you everything you want. Come to me. Whatever you desire will be yours." And with that haunting promise, the episode ends.